Guess who's back? Back again.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Back. Tell a friend.
In case you couldn't pick up from, first of all, the title of the video, second of all, the pictures and all of Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG is back for more NASCAR action in just about 3 weeks. He will be racing at the Indianapolis road course. He's risking his 100% NASCAR winning percentage very quickly. Of course, SVG became a very popular driver to NASCAR fans after he showed up and in his first Cup Series start won at the Chicago Street Race. The Chicago Street Race, a really big deal in NASCAR. It was the first ever street race in NASCAR, and NASCAR drivers don't have street race experience. SVG does. And he showed up. He was fast in practice, fast in qualifying, and he won the race. Impressed everyone. Shocked a lot of the NASCAR world for sure. I'm sure a lot of you Australian supercar fans were not as shocked as I read from many of the comments that you guys made after that race. You were not shocked at all that SVG was able to pick up the win. But he is back for more action at the Indianapolis road course here in a couple of weeks. Trackhouse, Project 91, released a video of, I'm assuming it's a fake text chain between Justin Marks and SVG saying like, hey, it's been a couple weeks since Chicago. How, what's up? SVG says, I would love to come back. And then, Justin Marks says, yeah, let's do it. And so, so SVG is going to be back in the 91 car at the Indianapolis road course. And another fun fact, if you remember the video from a couple days ago, he's going to be racing against one of his supercar rivals in terms of the championship and stuff, Brodie Kostecki. So we're going to have two of the top, I think they're both in the top 5 of the supercar standings right now, 2 of the top supercar drivers in the Cup Series race, along with Formula One world champion Jenson Button and I believe 24-hour Le Mans winner at, I can't remember which year, Kamui Kobayashi, a very high up endurance car racer. So it's a pretty stacked field at the Indianapolis road course. Look, I know a lot of you NASCAR fans are not big fans of the Indianapolis road course. I'm a part of that sentiment too. But you cannot deny that this is pretty cool. We got a 3-time supercar champion who showed up and beat the NASCAR field in his first ever start. We have another supercar superstar. It's a lot of supers. And then we also have a world-renowned endurance racer and an F1 world champion all in one field. Extremely exciting stuff. Extremely exciting to see Shane Van Gisbergen back on the NASCAR track. Here's what Justin Marks had to say. Marks said, SVG running it back at Indy is awesome for Trackhouse. But as a racer and a passionate race fan, seeing him with Kostecki, Kobayashi, and Button in a NASCAR Cup race at Indy is the stuff of dreams. I friggin' love this sport and being a part of it during these times. Pinch me. It's a W for the global industry. NASCAR Cup drivers are some of the best I've ever seen. We're so lucky to see them race against some of the best from other disciplines. This is only the start. Auto racing has an amazing future, and I'm here for it. Spot on. Justin Marks. He started this Project 91 thing to attract international drivers to the Cup Series. We saw Kimi Räikkönen. He was the first one in the car. He drove it at Watkins Glen last year and Circuit of the Americas this year. And then we saw SVG, the second ever driver, step in and win in his first start at Chicago. And now we are seeing him come back. So 4 races, 2 drivers for the Project 91 car, but he makes a fantastic point. Look at how many international drivers now. NASCAR has not had a lot of international drivers. Full-time for sure. You've had Daniel Suarez, who's currently a full-time driver from Mexico. You've had Juan Pablo Montoya from Colombia, and of course, Marcos Ambrose from Australia. But in terms of even part-time starts, you really don't see as many. I remember Kimi Räikkönen made a couple starts back in 2010 or 2011 for the Xfinity and trucks. But overall, I can't think of a lot of one-offs. But over the past couple of years, it's blown up with Project 91, as I said, with Kimi and SVG. But now we're seeing another Australian supercars driver with Brodie Kostecki coming over. We're seeing Kamui Kobayashi come over. We saw Daniel Kvyat come over last year for a couple of races. Jacques Villeneuve came over for the Daytona 500. it's like the next gen car comes and everyone's coming to NASCAR now, whether it's a one-off or not. But the interest in NASCAR has grown because more international drivers are coming in. They're having fun or they're having success. Kimi Räikkönen, while he didn't win or anything, he didn't even top 10. You know, he crashed out at Watkins Glen, and Coda, the late race restarts happened. He still talked about how much fun he had in the car. Jenson Button, he said, you know, yeah, it got a little chaotic with the wrecking at Coda, but he still had fun. And I think international drivers see that and they think, yeah, I want to have fun. You know, I enjoy whatever I'm currently doing, whether it's Supercars, Endurance, F1. And they say, I want to do something like that, whether it's when I'm retired or, you know, mid-season when I have a break. And this is an opportunity to do something new for them, and they want to go test their talents on different stages. And this is a great place to do it. NASCAR, they've always got openings. They've always got fun written all over it. You can bump people out of the way. You can wreck people without getting a time penalty like in some other motorsports. But, you know, a lot of drivers seem to see that. But then also now with SVG winning in the Project 91 car, a lot of people are like, oh, can I do that? Am I that good? And they're going to want to test it out. So, yeah, it's really exciting to see this international movement from NASCAR, to see all these different international drivers coming to NASCAR, whether it's a one-off at Indianapolis or, you know, trying to look for a more full-time thing. We just talked about it the other day. SVG is maybe looking for a full-time ride in 2024. That's 5 months away, calendarly. The season's 6 or 7 months away, but SVG is looking for a ride in NASCAR. If he can prove himself again here, boy, I think he might just get that, because the more road courses there are on the schedule, better chance of winning a race with a driver of his talents, a better chance of making the playoffs. Yeah, sure, maybe it'll take him some more time to adapt on the ovals in the first year, and, you know, it may be a little bit more of putting all your chips on one side of the table in terms of the road course side of the table, but I think you could take a hit if he can adapt to the ovals. But at the same time, with all the different road courses there are and how good he did at Chicago, if he can replicate that at Indianapolis where he's top 5, top 10 at worst, I think he very well may get a full-time offer. It just depends on which team, obviously. But Shane Van Gisbergen, winner of the inaugural Chicago Street Race and 3-time Supercar champion, is back. So we are going to have SVG, Brodie Kostecki, Kamui Kobayashi, who am I missing? Jenson Button. Anyone else I'm missing? I mean, Team Hesselberg might make a comeback. Jack Villeneuve, get on in there. I don't know, but not really. But yeah, what a crazy race that's going to be. It's going to be a good race, I hope. The Indianapolis road course does get chaotic. I warned you guys in the Kostecki video. NASCAR drivers kind of lose respect for each other in the late restarts, and Joey Logano tries to win from 20th place and wrecks a bunch of people. So if SVG's leading, gets taken out with 2 to go on a restart, it's just how it's gone in the past couple of years of road courses, specifically Indy. It's a super tight turn 1. People try to go through. It's a mess. Just hope that there's a long green flag run to end the race. That's what I'm going to tell you. But on a serious note, that's going to be a thrilling weekend. That's going to be a thrilling race. SVG, Kostecki, Kamui Kobayashi, and Jenson Button. Are we going to see more? Like, what's going to happen next? Like, is the Penske 33 going to come out of retirement? Hey, I'm just saying, if we want to get real crazy, the Penske 33's open. Max Verstappen used to be number 33 before he started winning a bunch. Red Bull and Ford are going to have a partnership here in about 3 years. Penske's a Ford. Max Verstappen to the Indianapolis road course? Okay, that's not actually going to happen unless... No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to happen. But yeah, crazy times in NASCAR. NASCAR's going international. We got an Australian and New Zealand resident. I don't know what you guys are called, and I apologize. A Japanese driver and a British driver. So, whew, it's exciting. But let me know what your thoughts are on SVG returning to NASCAR so quickly. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how he does. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you are.